And Ryan's seminar leader apprentice. So he's currently in his training phase of everything he's got to do to be able to lead seminars. So in a few weeks, you'll probably see him up here. I'll have him lead a couple sections, and then you'll get to give your feedback and kick him off stage, or tell him you want him to keep going and tell me to leave. Whichever way you want it. But Ryan is one of my really good friends, extraordinary guy, working hard. Come on up here, Ryan. Let's acknowledge him.
How many people, this is not your first time ever seeing me? Very cool. So I participated in seminars at Landmark back to back, like 17 or 18 in a row. And during that time, the seminar leader would always encourage me, like, Ryan, you should do these seminars. Go get yourself like in the training to go do that. And so, at some point, I finally did what she said, like took the coaching. I was coachable ultimately. Like, it finally worked. And there's a whole process to being trained to lead introductions, like what Alicia does, and then seminars. And I'm like nearing the end of that initial training process before I can lead seminars like a brand student. So that's where I am in the process. And I'm just like so happy to see some of my people I used to sit next to in seminars and like, turn to a partner, and I'd be turning to Lisa. So anyway, that's who I am, and that's why I'm here, and Brandon's going to train me up, and this is going to be the last one I'm in training with. After this one, I'm leaving.
All right, so we'll be seeing him some more. So given this is the relationship seminar, one of the big things that we want to do is get related as a group. So just want to find out a couple more different groups of people, who we got in the room. So we did the Landmark Forum thing. How many people speak languages other than English? Okay, good. How many people speak more than 2 languages? Yeah, you can raise them high. You can raise them high. Yeah, good. Locke, how many languages do you speak? 2? Yeah. Love. Locke was in my last seminar too. Okay, good. So, how many people were born in Southern California? Okay, and then obviously the rest of you weren't. Just raise your hands. A couple of you, tell me where you're from. New York? Connecticut? England?
Ireland.
Ireland?
France.
France?
Taiwan and Republic of China.
Republic of China, Taiwan, wow, yeah. Mexico. Excuse me. Yeah, Chris? Chicago. Indiana. Really?
Oakland in the Washington, D.C. area where I met you. You're from.
That's right, yeah. Years ago, awesome. Yeah. Great. Tell me your name. Karaman? Iran. Yeah, beautiful. Okay, good. Let's see. How many people know somebody in the seminar already? Okay. Who doesn't know anyone in the seminar? Okay, awesome. Perfect. So if you know somebody in the seminar, well, let me ask this. Are there any, we found out one, but any other married couples or relationships in the seminar? Yeah, okay, good. How long have you been married? If you're married?
25 years.
25 years?
19.
19?
30.
30? Yeah, Bill?
Oh, she said it already.
They're
but
discussing
she doesn't
it.
want me to say it.
Tell me again.
42 years.
42 years. Okay, fantastic. Any newlyweds, like within the last 5 years? Oh, okay, great. Let's see. What else? So we did Landmark Forum. So, did we do, yeah, we did, how many years ago you did the Landmark Forum? We did that. Did we do seminars? Like how many seminars you done? Nope, okay, let's do it. So, for who is this your first seminar? Okay, great. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay. How many have done between 2 and 5? Okay. Between 5 and 10? Yeah, between 5 and 10. Okay. 10 to 15? 15 to 20 seminars? John? Jeff? Anybody done more than 20?
I've lost count, so. 1984, you know, but mostly there was about 10 years I wasn't, but other than that.
Okay, so more than 20, yeah. Wow. So, excuse me. You can really see we've got a wide range of people, right? So, one of the key aspects of the seminar is getting related to each and every person. So we're going to be taking that on throughout the seminar because the seminar is going to happen in here. And just take the case that how you relate to people in here is how you relate to people outside of these walls. So you have transformation in relating to people from 7 to 10 on Thursdays. You'll take that out in your life. If you relate to these people like you normally do, you'll keep doing that in your life. And we all know if you keep doing the same things you've always done, you'll keep producing the same results. And that's not why we're here. Right? Right. Yeah. Good. Okay, so I want to have somebody read the intention of the series and the intention of the session for me. Who wants to do that? Yeah. Stephanie? Yeah, to the mic, please. Yeah.
To leave you naturally able to generate and express love, partnership, and romance.
Just take the mic off. It'll be easier.
Do it again.
Yeah. Take it.
To leave you naturally able to generate and express love, partnership, and romance.
And then the second.
Intentions of the session: 1, to create a foundation of workability and relatedness for fulfilling on the intention of the seminar. 2, to begin to distinguish the existing context for relationships and how it limits what is possible.
Awesome, awesome. Thanks, Stephanie. Okay, so to leave you naturally able to generate and express love, partnership, and romance. Okay, who's interested in having that fulfilled? Or are you like, nah, I'm done with that? Yeah, okay, good. And the intention of tonight, 1, to create a foundation of workability and relatedness for fulfilling on the intention of the seminar, which we've already begun, yes? And then 2, to begin to distinguish the existing context for relationships and how it limits what's possible. So we're going to get into that a little bit later. Okay, so we're going to do an exercise right off the bat here. And the exercise, what I'm going to have you do is just stand up, walk around the room, and just spend a moment being with someone. So you're just going to look them in the eye. You'll love it, don't you? This is everybody's favorite exercise. Here's the intention. 1 is to begin to get related with the different people in the seminar. So you're just going to spend a moment. And you're going to move to the next person, spend a moment being with them, like that. That's the first intention. The second intention is just to notice what's going on in your brain. Are some people easier to be with than others? What's the conversation that I have going on right now being with you? Like that. So, you're just going to stand up, walk around the room, be with someone for a few moments, then move on. I'll tell you when to stop. And then, here's the other thing before you go. No talking. Okay? No talking. Just be with the person. Ready, go. No talking. You don't even have to shake hands. Just be with them. quietly make your way back to your seats. Okay, so how was that? Yeah, it was. There was no right way to experience that. Okay, how many of you noticed you could be with certain types of people more easily than others? Did you notice that? Okay, maybe you noticed you could be with everybody the same. You notice that? Okay, good. So there's really no right way to experience that. But I do want to hear from you, what did you notice? So, who wants to come up and share? What did you notice out of being with people? Yes, in the back. Is it Allie?
Allie.
Yeah, come on up to the mic. Thanks. And then Doug.
Hi, Natalie. I noticed that I'm very awkward and I feel very uncomfortable with everyone that I meet. So hopefully I get a little bit more comfortable and I don't make his face.
Good, perfect.
I noticed
Hey Doug, real fast, I forgot. If it's your first time sharing, just introduce yourself. Maybe, other than your name, say what you do for a living.
Okay, my name is Douglas Clark, and I recently did the forum in March, and I'm a loan processor for Union Bank. So, part of me didn't really even want to raise my hand, but that's why I raised it.
Perfect. Perfect.
I felt myself wanting it to be easier for the other person really badly. I just wanted to go better for them. I wanted their experience to be good. And I found myself smiling too big, I think. Do I change my smile? Do I not? And yeah, it was uncomfortable. I feel like I'm glad that I did the advanced course back in the day because I did that whole thing. I felt like I had an edge, kind of like a secret knowledge behind it, but I wanted it to be easier than it was actually.
Yeah. Anything else?
That's it.
Yeah, that's great, Doug. All that. Anybody else? Yeah, Shauna? Is that? Yeah.
Do I do the same thing?
Introduce yourself? Yeah.
Okay.
And you can, here, these things are a little high. That mic's loud?
It's not loud.
Oh, it's not. Scott, can you check that for me?
It works though.
So my name's Shauna, and I'm a mortgage loan originator for a company called Mr. Cooper. I guess I got really uncomfortable making eye contact with people you don't know.
Yeah.
Was very uncomfortable for me. I got really hot. I had to take my jacket off, and then I just went and stood by my chair where it was safe. So maybe I'll get out of that or something.
Awesome. Okay, so I'm going to give you an opportunity now to share with your partner. So just turn to the person next to you. If you don't know them, introduce yourself. and then share what you noticed out of doing that exercise. What was there for you? Okay, give you about a minute and a half Why do you think we did that exercise? Why did we start the seminar with that? Just shout it out.
To learn about ourselves, how we interact with people outside of here.
Okay, good. Yeah.
To connect.
To connect. Yep. To get related. Absolutely. Yeah, John.
To distinguish our already context about relationships.
Okay. To distinguish our already context about relationships. Aaron, you have your hand up?
Yeah, the same, just to kind of see where you stand now. Yeah. So for comparison, probably to see where we go.
Good. Yeah, Bob.
Just feeling the love.
Feeling the love.
Everybody's face.
Good. Good. Yeah, Peggy.
To observe.
Observe. Yeah. Let's see. Ramsey.
Loosen up.
Loosen up. Like it. Love it. Hey. Yeah, okay. Acknowledge the voice in your head. Good. Yeah, Shirley. Learn a few names. Good. Maybe. Break the ice. Good. Say your name for me. Randy. Okay, got it right. Good. Christine?
I would say practice being courageous.
Practice being courageous. Good.
Start to get present to what it is to be related.
Yeah. Okay. Start to get present to that. What is it to be related? Eva?
Yeah, get a sense of the room, who's all gonna be in the seminar, and who are we going to be participating?
Yep. Good. Let's get a sense of the room, Harvey.
To meet old friends and to meet new friends.
Meet old friends and meet new friends. Good, yeah, Bill?
I felt a lot of positive energy from everybody. You know, everybody all smiled, nobody shied away. That was nice. But I knew a lot of people here, so we were hugging and shaking hands and everything. So I broke the rules a little bit. Sorry.
We're watching now. All right, well, good, good. Yeah, Evan?
People are naturally good.
People are naturally good. Nice, beautiful. Was there one more right here? Nope, made that up. Yeah, Joe?
Just to see how similar people are or how different they are as well. Of course, this sample set is former graduates, so we're different.
Yeah, I got you. So he said to just kind of see how similar people are, that we're all the same, right there. And then he said, in this setting, maybe it's a little different because we're all graduates. I'm going to say it's not, because we're still all human beings. And we're still dealing with what we're dealing with. Right? Yeah. Is anybody not dealing with anything? Okay. Yeah. It's good. Great, Joe. Great. Okay, just acknowledge everybody that shared that. So, just think to yourself, you know, how do you normally participate? If you've done a seminar before, how do you normally participate in seminars? Or if you haven't done a seminar before, how do you normally participate in groups in life? Right? You know, some people, you may get really connected to a couple people in the seminar or in the group. And then the rest you don't really talk to a lot. In groups or in seminars, when people share, you may like when certain people share. And then you have that one person that gets up to the mic that you just can't stand when they get up to the mic. Right? Laugh with recognition, yes? So how do you normally participate in groups? And in life? And in seminars? One thing that I want you to consider is going to be a big key to having this seminar work. And that's that being related with each other in the seminar is going to provide the space, the clearing, and just an extraordinary opportunity for the results that you want to happen to be realized. It's going to take you being related in this seminar to each other. I can't say it enough. So it's the relatedness of the group in here that's going to allow for your breakthroughs. If you don't have the freedom to be yourself, if you don't have the freedom to say how things really are for you in here, if you're not free to be and free to act in here, you're just not going to have that out there. So it's going to take a willingness on each of our parts to become truly and intimately related to each other. Maybe like we never have been before. But to have the results that you want to have, and I know you have specific results you want to accomplish those, us as a group has to be related on a level like we've never been before. And it all starts with a particular context. And that context is that all people are fundamentally and profoundly related. And there are just barriers to their experience of that. All people are fundamentally and profoundly related. And there's just barriers to their relatedness. And in this seminar, we're going to remove those barriers. Okay? So let's talk a little bit about what you're going to confront in this seminar. Okay? This is fun. You're going to confront what works and what doesn't work in relationships. You're going to confront what works and what doesn't work in the area of romance. You're going to confront what works and what doesn't work in your marriages or with your significant others. Or if you don't have one, lack thereof. You will confront what works and what doesn't work in our being able to experience being fulfilled in our partnerships in life. Partnerships is a broad word, you know, that can be in many areas. So these are all very important aspects to each of our lives. And in this seminar, we're going to deal with some very personal topics. I mean, relationships is pretty personal, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, to have those extraordinary breakthroughs you want to have, it's going to take us being related to each other as big people, up to big things, capable of really anything, not relating to each other. Most people relate to each other in their lives as stories from the past, yeah? Mm-hmm. So it's going to take us relating to each other as possibilities. Okay, so I just want to hear from one or two people. What do you hear from this conversation? Yeah?
Everybody is going through something.
Everybody's going through something, yeah? Everybody's dealing with something?
They're doing stuff and they're dealing with it. It's just, you have to be able to understand individually.
Good, good. Who else? Yeah, John. So if you're going to shout, just stand up from your chair.
To deal with our default ways of being and our past-based conversations about relationships, and to really be authentic about that to create the breakthroughs that we're here for.
Yep, great. Everybody hear that? No? You did it? Oh yeah, okay. So, I'm going to get you from now on. So, Locke and Dung. Is anybody else? Anybody else speak Vietnamese? Who? Yes, Jody. Yes, hi. So, why am I saying that, you ask? So, last seminar, they were in my seminar, but we had translation for them. So they had European, this seminar, it had a transformation, and they're going to take the seminar in English. But in order for them to really get everything, you know, I want everybody to come to the mic and share what we're sharing. So that's my bad. So I got you. Not that they can't hear, but it just makes a big difference when we're at the mic. Yes, Bobby? Yeah, from the back of the room it's harder. Totally got it. Yeah, so I have them come up here. Yeah. Okay, good. Okay, so who else? What did you hear out of that conversation about being related to each other? Can be anything. Yeah, Charlene, come on.
I wrote down what you said as we all have to play big so that we all get something big out of the seminar.
Yeah.
That's what I heard you say.
Beautiful. Love it. Good. Awesome. Yeah, Caroline.
So when I look at how I do things in groups is I don't belong. So I distance myself or I say the right answer, right? There's very little authenticity. And when you said we are already profoundly related, was like there's nothing I gotta do, right? I'm gonna show up, right? There's nothing to fix or be. So that was really cool.
It's beautiful.
So thank you.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay, so just share with your partner again. What did you get out of that conversation about being related, what that looks like, what's available, what you're taking on, anything in that world? Okay? Give you 1 minute each. partner. Acknowledge your partner. Okay, so what had you be in the relationship seminar? Just quick, shout it out from your chair. What had you be in here? Marriage? Work on the marriage? Better communication with your wife?
Getting a lot by being in a seminar with you recently.
Getting a lot by being in my last seminar? Fantastic.
Living up to your challenge of being a totally transformed human being, which is what you allowed me to be last time.
Beautiful, beautiful. Yes, Heather?
Express more love, in relationships.
Yeah, okay. Express more love. Yep, awesome.
I'm a widow of 3 years, so the possibility of going into a relationship scares me to death, because I've been with my husband for over 40 years.
Oh, we got it. Yeah, Rob?
Letting go of my old relationship baggage, so completely.
Stand up, please.
I'm going to repeat it for you. Yeah. Just because we're shouting it out. Just shout it louder.
Okay. Yeah, I'm letting go of old relationship baggage so I can be more completely with my current girlfriend.
Okay, great. Yeah, letting go of old baggage. Letting go of the past. Good. Yeah, Bob?
I'm always in a seminar, and we like your seminars.
Okay.
We're in seminar with you. We like your seminar.
Bob's taking all my seminars. Bob's a seminar group, my seminar groupie. Harvey?
Out there pushes hard against landmark. And if you're out there and you're not in a seminar, you lose it.
Yeah, good. So he said out there pushes hard against landmark. So what he's saying is, in here we create an environment that calls for transformation. The environment out there doesn't call for that. Okay? So, one of your jobs is to create that environment. Your environment around you as a transformed environment. It'll make things a lot easier. I promise. If you do that. Okay, who else? Why are you in the seminar? Yes?
Find my blind spots relating to relationships.
Find your blind spots in relationships. Beautiful, Zen.
It was the seminar I was resisting doing, not because of you, but because of the topic, so I know it's the one that I most need to do.
Okay, the seminar she was most resisting, so that's why she did it. Michelle?
I want to help my daughter open up her world and be able to express herself and show everybody how wonderful she is.
Awesome.
You're Mr. Smith's best friend.
John? Yes, I am. Yes. Oh, yes. I met y'all.
It's me. We met, yeah.
Yeah, great. Awesome to have you. Awesome. Glad you're here. Yeah, Bill?
I want to, I think, I've been in sales my whole life, so I always knew how to put on the charm, the face. I never really did it myself when I was doing it.
Yeah, you never really had feelings inside. You put on the face.
I've been doing it my whole life, and with family, friends, and everybody.
Yeah, so now you want to connect the two.
I really want to experience the real thing. That's what I'm talking about.
Awesome, awesome. Okay, good. So, what usually brings people to seminars is that they want to, get better in a certain area, or fix something, right? Or get, a little bit of value. So how many of you are hoping that by being in this seminar, your relationships will change or get better? Okay. That's a problem. That's a problem. It's not what we're going to work on. Now, it's going to be a byproduct of what we're going to work on. But we're not going to work on your relationships. This isn't like a, there's no tips or techniques here. If there were those that worked, you wouldn't be here, because there's plenty of advice you get and plenty of books you can read on how to have good relationships, yeah? So if that stuff worked, you wouldn't need to be here, or we wouldn't even have this seminar. You see that? So the seminar is, you might get some new information, but you're definitely not going to get any tips or techniques on how to make relationships better. Because all that, how to do it better, would just perpetuate the past. Can you get that? Yeah. So, anything, like relationships, like anything in life, the more things change, the more they stay the same. So we're not going to go to work on your relationship per se. This seminar is about transformation. It's about a transformation of who you are and what you're capable of. Okay, so let's look at transformation here. You've all seen this board before, yeah? Yeah. So, the seminar works exactly like the landmark form. So transformation is the genesis of a new realm of possibility. What does genesis mean? Beginning. Creation. In the landmark form, or in the relationship seminar, you will bring forth the presence of a new realm of possibility for yourself in your life. Inside this new realm of possibility, the constraints the past imposes on your view of life disappear. A new view of life emerges. New possibilities call you powerfully into being. New openings for action call you powerfully into action. And the experience of being alive transforms. So this seminar works exactly like the landmark form. So there's an old context that we were all born into of what it means in relationships, to have relationships. There's a whole world there. There's a whole realm. Right? Everybody got that? Yeah. Yeah. Anything we do inside that old realm would just be coming from the past. So what there is for us to do is take responsibility for that old realm, and then in that space create a new realm. Okay, so the way the landmark form works, or the way the relationship seminar works. Anything you want for yourself or your life is available out of your participation in the relationship seminar. Remember earlier I said there's like 14, 16 different seminars? They all have a topic. They all focus on one area. But really, you can have results in any areas in any seminar. So anything you want for yourself or your life is available. How do you have that?